Things have been looking really rough for Natlan lately. There are more and more commissions from the Adventurers Guild, and they're all related to the Abyss.
Oh, for real?
Just waiting around won't do us any good. Let's go and see if there's anything we can do to help.
I actually think that's such an interesting way to, like, start this off, right? The idea that, like, to make, again, they're doing such a good job of making the Abyss even more terrifying, right? And seeing how it's spreading and things like this. And now we have, like, commissions even that are related to the Abyss more and more and more in Natlan. Let's check this out.
I see. Thank you so much.
Oh, another request about the Abyss, isn't it?
Has been overwhelmed these days.
They're doing such a fantastic, like, job of making the Abyss so terrifying. By the way, my name is Calvin, also known as Robert. This is my first ever playthrough of Genshin Impact.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Given the current situation, it's vital that we all work together.
Great attitude.
Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
All right. Thank you so much.
It's great seeing Catherine and Natlan, by the way.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Got any new commissions?
Ah, you two have come just in time. I've got some good news. The Pyro Archon has finished assembling
wow.
the forces and stationed them all across Natlan.
I got chills.
Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an invasion.
We have to be more proactive.
So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed of everything that's happening across the land.
Okay.
Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces can take immediate action.
So yeah, faster response time. Okay.
Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering information rather than running around and trying to tackle everything at once.
And I feel like it will, like, prevent deeper scars being made into Natlan when it comes to the Abyss, right? Like, if you can, like, nip it in the, like, right at the start, it's gonna be way better than if you, like, you know, had to, like, you know, yeah, like I said, wait till we, like, react. You know, we act instead of react.
So please
right?
also take
it's
a
still
chance
reactive,
to
you know what I
relax,
mean?
you two. You've been working hard these days, and this will be a good opportunity for some well-deserved rest.
We don't rest. We need to work again. Put us to work, please.
So that's the plan. Whew, we can finally stop and take a break.
But the threat of the Abyss is still far from over. But the less work we take, the less we'll earn. I think they're both accurate things to say.
That? It's not like Paimon just wanted to lay here and do nothing.
I know. Paimon, like, you've done so much, like, come on. I know you don't want to just, like, be lazy or whatever.
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past. The people here generally see it as something like an acute natural disaster.
Okay, so it's like a, yeah, like we would see in the world, like a natural disaster, things like that. So, like, they're kind of saying, like, it's, like, they see it as, like, a, like, that you can't really, you know, you can predict when a storm is coming, but you can't predict its damage, I guess? Or you can't predict how, like, you can't predict a storm coming from, like, months away, right?
Once the disaster
Unless
is
you can.
over, everyone will return to their normal lives. We just all hope that day will be sooner rather than later.
So it is also the case of, like, what they're trying to describe there is, like, yes, it is a horrible disaster, but you have to keep going.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom.
Yep, and it's probably for the best. You don't want people to panic. I also hope the day of peace will come soon.
Is that the traveler in
Kachina!
Hello!
So good to see you.
Kachina, are you feeling better now? Yep. Now really isn't the time to stay home and recover anyway. I wanted to do something to help.
Of course.
I heard that the Pyro Archon is gathering warriors to be stationed in the more remote areas. So I came here to sign up.
Impressive, Kachina. But honestly, like, Kachina's been, like, so great. And I think, like, probably, like, even if she died during the mission, I still think that it's a big confidence boost, the idea that, like, you know, she is a resurrected hero, you know?
Don't think I haven't heard about all the things
Probably still
that
doubts in
you've
her mind,
been
though.
doing. With everyone working so hard, I've got to do my part, too.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
By the way, Xilonen told me that she was ordered to forge you an ancient name.
Oh my god.
She said that she's all set, and we can head over whenever we're ready.
We're gonna meet her. Awesome.
Wow, so we'll finally get to meet Xilonen, the legendary forger
Awesome.
of ancient names. Paimon still can't believe anyone could forge those things.
Xilonen has a fantastic design, and like I've said it a million times over, looks like has an impressive core strength. Looks like they could break anyone in half.
Xilonen is a true master. Not only can she forge ancient names, but also all sorts of new and fun things.
Very cool. I just checked the data and I'm like, everyone unsubscribe to your channel at that moment.
She's always got a pile of commissions on her plate, so you usually have to wait a while before she finishes something. In this case, though, she's completely cleared her schedule just to work with you.
So cool.
She wants to give your name her full attention.
Then we should probably thank her when we meet her, yeah.
We've already signed up as a warrior, so all I have to do for now is wait for my assignment. If it's okay, maybe we can go to see Xilonen together?
So, 100%. I would love to meet
She wouldn't turn me
Xilonen.
away, right? I mean, I hope she wouldn't.
Oh no, Kachina, don't think like this.
Hey, have some confidence in yourself.
Yeah, she still has those
Kachina.
doubts, as we said.
After all, you're already a victor of the Night Warden Wars.
Everyone's so proud of you. You're the future of your tribe. Oh, pressure.
Second thought, maybe I'll just find a hole in the ground to jump into and hide for a while.
Maybe that was too much pressure. Honestly, though, I'm very excited for this. Like, Act 3 is coming up with, like, you know, and it's such a weird way to think about the game because I like the way I always look at the game is that, like, yeah, Act 3, yes, we're getting closer and closer to the end of this, right? To what's catching up completely. But the way I always look at all the acts in this game has always been the same way, where I don't think about, like, okay, what are we doing next week, right? I always like to enjoy everything in the moment, you know, because that's the best way to go about it. Because you never know when you'll get those moments again. By the way, if anyone didn't see the last episode and is watching this now, we got this outfit thanks to Felicious Felix. She's just sending me gems randomly and saying, buy this outfit. And it's actually so cute. It's actually so cute on our Hutao. It's such a nice outfit. Yeah, it is. It very much is. Also, you know, SRFG sending me a number of... Welkin. And then someone randomly, again, I don't know who sent it. I really don't know who sent it. There was like 4,000 gems and 4,000 crystals and 8,000 crystals randomly sent. I don't know if the 4,000 was the bonus from something, or the 2,000 was the bonus from the 4,000, possibly, that someone sent. But there was no message, there was no comment whatsoever. So I don't know what to say. I really don't. Thank you, 100%. You're amazing. Oh my god, there she is. But like really like nobody ever has to do that, guys. I want to make that perfectly clear. Nobody has to do that ever. Ever. Always spend your gems on yourself first. Always. It's always appreciated, but always put your gems to you first. Oh my god, there she is. Such a cool design. Like, she just exudes like this cool nature to her, right?
I brought the person who needs an ancient name. He's super amazing, and I've already learned tons of stuff from him. I can vouch that he's really worthy of a hero's name.
Let's go. Thank you, Kachina.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So
Oh my
young,
God.
and yet you've already got quite the reputation.
Her hair is stunning. The ears are so cool. Her makeup is perfect. This gal is so great.
Wait, are you Outlanders?
We are. I can't get over. Look how good her makeup is.
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natland not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders.
Seeing the design here and not just like in the menu from a like it feels so different when it's in motion, but I really feel like her hair is fantastic. She looks awesome. Really cool looking character.
Huh? You're saying the Pyro Archon didn't tell you?
No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged himself to the plan. But we'd need to forge an ancient name to ensure he'd be able to return safe and sound.
So she didn't know at all that we were from a different place.
And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills.
She thought you were like, it was like a subtle dig. Look at the jacket, the way it hangs off her arms as well. She's so cool. She's so cool.
But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now.
Yeah.
Are you upset?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to process things.
She's used to getting these difficult tasks from the Archon, probably.
The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else.
So true. 100% if you're frustrated. That's such a lesson in life, by the way, because sometimes, like, it's like, it would be like if someone, you know, it's like if someone, like, backed into your car and then drove away, and then you took your frustration out on, like, the nearest person, you know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work out. Or, like, took your frustration out on, like, the police officer that arrived or something like that. It doesn't work. Even though, like, you know, it's none of my business if you want to take your frustrations on a police officer. You know, you do you. Everyone needs a hobby.
But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less
so
upset.
cool.
After all, she must have known that forging an ancient name for an outlander is an impossible task.
Yeah?
It's impossible?
It's actually impossible.
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's sparing glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations of successors inherit it.
Okay.
We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name.
Wait, so I got plenty of deeds under my belt. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I saw countless feats recorded in their adventure handbook. It felt like they could do anything.
Honestly, I don't think there's, and this is not us being arrogant, I don't think there is anybody in, like, the world at this stage that has done, like, probably not, the volume of stuff, I say people in the Adventures Guild have done more than us, like, or the people in, like, the Knights of Favonius may have done more, like, I'm pretty sure Jean would have more tasks done, right? But I feel like in terms of, like, the volume and the sheer stature of the stuff we completed, the Traveler definitely probably has a lot of people
But
beat in
they
that
were
sense.
all performed outside of Natlan, correct?
I just recently did the yes. Yes, they were. I do like that there is this conflict that comes up with this. We can't just get an ancient name willy-nilly like this, you know?
Right.
I love the animations
Then
here.
those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, as an outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands.
Oh, I literally just realized she has her vision as a necklace. That's really cool. But she's also, I guess she's like literally saying that, like, since it wasn't recorded in our ley lines, basically our version of the ley lines, it's not recorded by our lands.
Only
It's harder
memories
to
and
get
experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used as a basis for an ancient name.
Right.
Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air, you know. That's just how it is.
I like how she's being very real with us, real with us though.
Seems the
I like it.
don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone, yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
That must mean she believes you can do it?
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like this has happened before? I think last time, Xilonen just ended up running dozens of laps around the hills nearby.
Wait, literally? I mean, honestly, she seems like a person that could do it in those heels. You know, but, you know, yeah.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off. How to achieve the impossible.
She is so cool. Even now in the face of the impossible, she's like, let's try this out. Let's try and do something. I feel like I shouldn't even be allowed here in this game. I feel like I am like cramping her style by holding the controller. I feel like I have to like hire someone cooler to hold the controller. That's how cool she is. I really feel that way.
You mean you're already willing to accept
Look how,
the task?
Pyra, look how cool she's like, I'll just do it anyway.
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon.
So cool.
If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Oh my god, she sees it as she at first thought they were like, she was like doubting her or like making fun of her abilities a little way, like poking fun. And now it's like an affirmation.
Not
Very
only
cool.
has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
She's so cool. Maybe that's just how much she and the Archon trust each other.
Yeah! Let's see if we can find some special way to pull this off. If we really can't make it work, I'm sure we can still go back and talk to the Pyral Archon, right?
Sure.
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record his heroic deeds.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her.
Right.
If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. how do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to? Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one
What?
Wayab alone would probably not be enough.
We need to gain the acknowledgement of all 6 Wayab? Wayab?
I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that I do not possess.
Okay.
We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wayab. The first person who comes to mind is Citlali at the Masters of the Night Wind. The one we call Granny Citlali.
Granny Citlali.
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker stone to find Kachina's ancient name. A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive. I'm unsure she'd be able to help.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room and doesn't like to be disturbed.
I know this is such a weird reaction. She sounds so fun. We love a grumpy character. We really love a grumpy character.
I heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
Do you know how to do that?
I hate to break it to you, but...
She probably won't be very happy with this.
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even managed to save Kachina.
We destroyed the thing, right?
Yeah, at the cost of her spirit speaker stone being split into two.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep. She's like such a working girl, right? She's just like, I'm so good at my job, but I hate being so good at my job. And also there's a different problem every 2 seconds. That Sai I'm sorry, but it's someone who's like used to working long hours and just was met with another difficult task. That's exactly what that was.
Great going, Moeka. We're already off to a rocky start here.
I love that they're showing the relationship he has with Movika as well. It's like it's showing that like that she's like, she still sees her as an Archon that she can, you know, take orders from, but she also like knows her well enough to like talk about her in a very like, you know, friendly way.
In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, Citlali would still want to show respect to the Archon.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to meet more of these characters.
I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should help too.
Oh, let's ask Kinich to deliver the letter. He understands the whole situation.
Great idea.
And is already a familiar face to her.
And he's our guy.
I'm unsure hopes a Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
All right, Kinich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say.
Great. Then I'll go contact him right now.
Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the Statue of the Seven later.
This is like, it's this jittery feeling that happens in Genshin. It happens in a lot of games, but I feel like Genshin is so good. And like, it happens more than any other game. In Genshin, it happens more than any other game. This feeling of like, because again, there's this anticipation because you see them on the banner, you collect them as characters, and then you have this feeling of like, I cannot wait to meet these characters, right? It like builds up this hype for it almost.
We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
Because you've always said as well that like say the best example I always give is like Ito. When I first saw Ito in the trials, it's such a different feeling. Like combat is so different than like talking to a character, their personalities matching up with their design, getting a close-up look at them, getting all different, like, seeing how they animate, how they like stand, all this stuff, how they move, how they fight. All this stuff is like so different than like seeing in the trial, just like with the gameplay you use with them. And I really feel like that always happens where it's like, we thought Xilonen was already cool. We thought she was like, she looks so strong. And I still stand by that. I think that she looks like a beast, right? She looks like she has like this insurmountable strength. But like it's also like so cool to like meet her and find out she's a character who like not only works incredibly hard, but it has a very, very big connection to Natlan, just like a lot of characters do have a connection to Natlan. She has a friendly connection with Mavuika, but also has like a lot of respect for her as well. And it seems like she's someone who is like confident in her abilities, confident in herself, but also is a realist, which I think is like very needed, right? Someone who's like, I can do the impossible, but like, this is still impossible. This is still supposed to be the impossible. Great stuff meeting her. Kinich makes his way over after some time. Now, does Kinich have voice acting this now? No. Yeah, so at this point, Kinich no longer has voice acting. I've talked about this several times. Some people say I should wait. Some people say I should postpone. I respect that you want that as well because a lot of people want the full voice acting. We have no idea. There's no hardcore proof or sources that say the exact time when the voice acting will be back in the game. Because it's not only moving them over to a different company, it's also a matter of the fact that it's not only moving to a different company, it's also the fact they have to record the lines. They have to implement all the lines and to update the game again, all this stuff. This could take, it literally could take 5 weeks, 2 months, 4 months. We have no idea, right? And I don't want to I feel like postponing Natla now, to me, I've been saying it forever, we're going full steam ahead. It's sad we don't have Kenich's voice actor, but we know Kinich. We have his voice acting in our head. We know him as a character, right? So we have that history with him. So it's actually not going to be that terrible, right? And we already did his story quest as well. We meet again. Kinich told me, Kishini told me everything. I'll deliver the message to the Masters of the Nightwind and convince Citlali to give you a chance. I'll also take this chance to explain what happened to the Spirit Speaker Stone and offer an apology in person.
I'm sorry to put this on you, Kinich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her.
I love that multiple people rely on Kinich. I love that he's such a reliable person. It's alright. We're all working for the sake of the Pyroarchon's plan. After all, everyone here understands how dire the situation's become.
Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Mm-hmm. Because we all saw a hero of the past rematerialize right before our eyes. And then Moalani said that a ton of knowledge and memory suddenly flooded her brain.
Yeah, and we just had to be involved at that stage.
The Pyroarchon explained everything when we came back from the Night Kingdom, including the reason behind the appearance of the hero, as well as the current state of the Night Kingdom.
Yeah.
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Xilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us.
Sick.
Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when facing such a bleak reality.
And that's so cool. She was keeping that under wraps as well. I think it's it makes so much sense though as well. This is a heavy burden to have, and the more people that know, it's an old expression, and it's not an old expression. It's because I don't know the exact expression, but I know it's a problem shared is a problem halved. Is that the expression? So if you have more people to talk about your problems and the big issues in your life, the chances are you're probably going to feel a lot better about it, especially if there's people that can help you come to terms with it. How many times have you talked about a problem with a friend and all of a sudden that problem is feels trivial, Not that this is going to feel trivial, but you know what I mean. I have another piece of intel to share. We pretty much identified the person who rescued the captain in the Stadium of the Sacred Flame. What? Ororon. So it is Ororon, and he also hails from the Master of the Nightwind. However, he spent most of his life living out in the wilderness by himself, away from the rest of the tribe. So Ororon was the one who's been working with Il Capitano. That's why he disappeared when it went unnoticed. By the time Citlali finally realized that he was gone, no one had heard from him for quite a while.
Citlali knows him too?
This is so interesting. We have a named character. Again, Genshin loves doing these gray areas, these little conflicts. We have a character that's well known, that lives near the tribes, but outside, I guess is outside the tribes now. That we know is a character who we're gonna get to talk to, right? I love that Genshin loves to throw not only spanners in the gears, but also creates this instant conflict. And I'm not talking about conflict in terms of fighting. I mean in terms of relationships. It's okay, how is Ororon gonna receive us? How are they gonna talk about Ororon now? It's all this stuff mixed into one, and it works so well. Ororon was an orphan raised by the chief of the Masters of Nightwind and many other kind-hearted people in his tribe. Still, he's had something of an odd reputation of his whole life. An odd reputation.
Odd, huh?
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most.
Okay.
I've never met Ororon, but if they consider him the odd one, he's got to be pretty far out there.
That's right. So in that sense, Ororon and Citlali actually have quite a bit in common, which is why they get along pretty well. So Citlali gets along with Ororon pretty well.
Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Citlali could be the first one to notice Ororon's disappearance if she spends the whole day in her room.
Good question. As of now, we still haven't been able to confirm whether Ororon joined the Fatui voluntarily or if he was coerced. Citlali's probably eager to prove that Ororon hasn't betrayed his people. I plan to use this as leverage when I go talk to her. Again, this negotiator.
Oh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Ororon and the captain's whereabouts?
Sick. Yes. If you're all on board with the idea, then it becomes a mutually beneficial collaboration, rather than just a one-sided request. Even though I don't think Citlali is the kind of person to turn down an order from the Pyroarchon, working together with us will help her focus on not getting distracted by the whole Ororon situation. This way we can get two birds with one stone.
Yeah. Plus, we kind of owe her one anyway to make up for breaking the
110% Paimon.
Ah, this is a pretty well thought out plan. As expected of Mollypoke Kinich.
Yeah, and what's good about this, they're not just saying this, they've shown this. We saw in the last mission, Kinich is so good at, like, negotiation in the Kinich mission. We saw that. We saw that Kinich was so fantastic at legitimately just, like, he created a plan. I know, like, it's, like, not the, it's like, seems like a harder person to trick, but he, like, kind of, like, worked around that whole, his whole village. Did his whole plan while having everyone work together while not working together. Everyone had a different idea what he was doing. And he also had this really great way of like going around Enjo as well. Like they showed this.
Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Citlali can meet at the stadium in 2 days.
Oh my god. Citlali. I'll head out right away.
Take care out there, Kinich. I'll be heading back as well. There's still a few things I need to pack.
Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in a couple of days.
This is awesome. This is so awesome. What a great interaction. Great scenes. Really not only showing like the importance of what's going to be happening with Citlali and Ororon and the fact that they identified someone. And I actually think it's a very interesting way they did it because like you could easily do it like, wait, who's that? Ororon? Yeah, it's me. You know? If that's his voice, that's crazy. He seems like a guy that goes, yeah, it's me. Right? Ororon seems like the type of guy that goes, yeah, you got me. But we'll see. Yeah, it could do it like a big reveal of him being like, yeah, it was me all along, you know. But like what they did instead was have a very, like they showed how like good the intel is for Kinich. They showed how good the investigation is. It made them feel more competent. It made them feel like they could actually like, you know, like figure this out, while also, let's be honest here, what they did here as well was move the story along in a very like dynamic way, because what we had was let's just go to the morning. Yep. We showed that we saw what Xilonen kind of like in the periphery, I guess in the early stages, thinks about her burden she has to bear. We saw Kinich showing how good he is at like formulating these tasks. We saw Kachina really wanting to get involved there. She was giving her input and all this stuff. She wasn't going to just sit on the sidelines and wait for people to give her some tasks. We heard about Citlali and got a little bit of information about her. So when we meet her, we're kind of prepped for like what to kind of like expect, but we're going to like fully get to know what that she is when we see her. And we also have this thing in our mind as well from that scene where it's like, is Ororon bad? Is he good? Was he coerced? Did he do it willingly? Does he have his reasons? And usually in Genshin there is those reasons, right?
It's time to meet up with Xilonen. Let's ask her how things have been going.
I'm excited for this. Like my heart is pounding just because again those scenes are so good. Those scenes are so good. They're so well written. They get so much accomplished while making it feel very natural at the same time. You know what I mean? We have like we said, simply put, Kachina is helping out and trying to help out because she wants to be more confident. Xilonen tells us about her burden. Kinich tells us about what happened with Aurora. It makes all the people in this task force seem more competent. And now we have a conflict with Aurora and whether he's going to be like a good or a bad guy. So simple. In one scene, you get so many things across, and it works so freaking well. Holy hell! What a good job! I love this game. Look what they did in one scene. So cool.
Hey, Xilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler and Paimon. I have bad news. Citlali did not reply to our request. Although, I suppose I'm not too surprised.
Citlali, please, reply to me.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kinich a response? Guess she really does have quite the ego then.
I don't even know her, but I respect it.
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around.
I'd assume so, the way people talk about her.
Struggle to work with her. My guess is that she probably has other reasons for not deigning us with a response. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can still try to work something out.
Again, hardworking, proactive, Xilonen.
That's true. Let's go.
I have chills all over right now, just all over all of this, because like I love meeting new characters. But like there's something about like Natlan that is just like, it makes me feel like so like it fills me with these like butterflies. It really does. And in fairness, like it's similar to like the feeling of like when like, you know, we knew we were going to be meeting like Rio, or we knew we were going to be meeting like Nouvelette or something. You know what I mean? Like it's those feelings of like, oh my god, who are we gonna be next? Genshin is so freaking good at this. But with Natlan, I've been having such a blast. It's one of my favorite like introductions to a region, and we're already in Act 3, so it's no longer introduction, but it's been so good. Is she there? Citlali. Can you see her? Can you guys see her? Oh, they were like, you're not even getting a chance to peek around the corner. You arrived at the State of the Sacred Flame expecting Citlali is not there. Okay.
Paimon doesn't see anybody. Seems she's just not gonna show up, huh?
I'm so excited to meet Citlali.
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation to help.
There you go. Very pragmatic.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't a subject always answer the call of their Archon?
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we're all more like friends with the Archon.
That's great information.
Yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier between us and her.
This is why I'm saying the writing is so good, right? I'm not saying that I want to make that clear. Me saying earlier that it's clear that they're friends and it's clear that they're close. That's not me being like, oh, I knew it. It's the fact that they let you know through the dialogue. They don't tell you outright right away. They let you know beforehand so you can get this hint. And then she says it to us. It's like, yeah, that's true. I got that vibe, the way you were talking about her. That's what the writing is so freaking good. They lay these breadcrumbs out that are like, okay, I need to stop gushing. It's so good. It's so good.
The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Yeah, she definitely does. I can tell. Look how pretty we look in the Natlan light.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along with. Unlike that old hag Granny Citlali, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous? You all talk about her
There
like
she
she's
is.
some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to reply to our letter.
Oh my god.
Seriously, if she didn't want to come, she could at least let us know.
This is comedic timing 101.
That's what aging does to you, Paimon.
God,
Never lets you
Paimon!
get old.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
So, that's how you see me?
Wait till you see Citlali as well. Because Granny is not the first thing you would say when you describe her. Look at this. This is comedic. This is comedy 101.
Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Wait, she's not even there?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a
Oh my God.
disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Huh? Citlali.
She just showed up. Huh?
Wait, you're Citlali? You're Granny Citlali?
That's Granny Citlali.
Yes, Granny Eatsley.
Such a great design.
But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny.
I won't call you Granny if you don't want to. Again, look at all these pretty characters. Such pretty characters.
You must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the
Straight.
room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. The wise sage who looks like a little kid.
It is quite a common trope. I mean, Yu Yu Hakusho, like the boss in that show is like a baby. You know what I mean? So it is like a common trope. I think even like with manga as well, right? But yeah, like I think her design is impeccable. Like the colors are so nice as well. The outfit is great as well. She just looks fantastic.
Oh, wipe that look off your face. You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's
What's
a
this
trick
point?
either.
Look at this animation.
See? I'm barely wearing any makeup.
She is. I will back her up. Even though I don't know if she's wearing makeup or not, I will back her up, you know? Even if you wear makeup, you look fantastic. Either way, you know what I mean? You do what you want with your life. It's not about anyone else. Okay, Citlali? I'm Citlali #1 defender. 100%. Makeup ain't bad. Not wearing any makeup isn't bad. You do what you want with your life. You hear me? Look at that. The animation. So fun.
Did I forget to mention? She's called Granny, but She's actually pretty young.
And you're complaining about the Pyroarch and leaving things out.
It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
I'm sorry. So, how old are you actually?
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's
Oh my
rude
God, the
to ask a
closed
lady
fist.
her age?
She's so fun.
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you. It's just that your case seems really unique. Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon just got a little mad since we thought, well, you were gonna leave us out to dry.
Honestly, like, if you and Citlali, if you and Paimon got together to complain about stuff, I think you would have such a good time. I think you'd have such a good time. Look at her.
It was my idea to invite
You
you,
would,
here,
you would love
Citlali.
Paimon.
So if you're upset, you can just take it out on me.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna feel awkward if we keep this going. I received Kinich's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, understood. Besides,
tone.
just showing up is the most important part. No?
Heck yeah, you tell them, Citlali. You tell them. Honestly, I love that understood. Like, she's so grumpy and snarky.
But, of course, it's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house.
Yeah.
It certainly was a bit awkward to see that everyone else had arrived before me.
Okay, no, that's fine, though. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about
At
that.
first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology.
Oh my God.
Only to hear you all
What the
talking
hell?
smack about me.
They didn't play the "Oh My Days" thing. I think they maybe cut some stuff out. I love this very cartoony facial expression as well. But it's so funny that, like, you know, she has this type of personality where it's like probably like a little bit sensitive, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You know, probably like, you know, very like mind going a mile and now 100 miles per hour. Nothing wrong with that. I feel like I have that bit too. You know what I mean? I think there's also an element of, like, you know, it's like, I was going to apologize and I hear you talking smack about me. It is the element of, like, you know, you kind of expect, you know, a nicer treatment in return for, like, your nicer treatment, even though the nicer treatment hasn't come yet, I guess. I don't know. I'd love to learn more about our character.
Anyway, that's the whole story. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation anyway.
Like, these lines are great because what it says to me about Citlali is that she's a character who, like, doesn't hate everybody. She doesn't despise everybody. She's probably quite grumpy. She's a little bit sensitive with her feelings. She doesn't want her feelings to get hurt, and she also doesn't want to look less than in front of other people. You know, especially with, like, the trying to correct people. Look, I'm not even wearing much makeup and all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's which is nothing wrong with trying to, like, correct people or make sure people don't have the wrong idea about you. But I'm guessing that's, like, kind of like a little bit of her personality as well. I like her. Oh God, the silence.
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just
I think there is. I think there's a bit of embarrassment, a bit of sensitivity there, which is fine. So okay. Is she waiting for us to carry on the conversation? Everything saying sounds like a joke, but I'm not sure if I should laugh. Would it be rude not to laugh? Or even be more rude not to laugh?
When the Masters of the Night Wind said they struggled dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling
We should
is
say
mutual.
something.
She seems to be pretty awkward herself. Everything she does and says seems a little forced.
Okay, so we're getting that vibe from her that she is trying to, like, make an appearance, like, seem one way.
Anyway.
Okay, she's moving forward with the conversation.
Xilonen, I heard that you require my help in crafting an ancient name.
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before.
Oh, I didn't mean to skip it forward. Again, it happens one per episode, trigger happy.
I see. So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an Outlander. Well, that would be a first. And you've also heard all about Ororon. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
So that's her feelings on this. Like, she likes Ororon, she knows him best. So that's what we're taking for now, I suppose. We'll know once we find him.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Ororon back if you help us solve the problems of forging the
exchange.
ancient name. What do you think?
She looks so... Her design is so nice.
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look at you.
I'm sorry, you say you're not granny? That's like the most granny thing you've ever said in your life.
Let me take a look at you. You've grown so much.
The hand? It's because I was wondering what that shadow thing she was doing earlier was. Whoa.
Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold.
What?
Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet again and again, you've braved them to find new worlds.
What is she saying? Is she saying we are more valuable than the idea of like of gold or wealth or like any type of money that you could get for completing something? This thunder and waves have brought so many like horrible things throughout our journey, but we've braved every one of them to get to new regions and to find our path.
A weary yet free soul. Even the most verdant leaf in the forest will pray for your happiness and safe passage.
So is she like telling our fortune or something, or like finding who we are just by touching her hand or coming close to her hand? Because here, that sounds like to me she's saying that like even like everyone wishes for your safe passage because they know how much you've done for the world. Possibly, even the leaves in the forest, like we want him to keep going. What was that supposed to mean?
Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of.
Awesome. Yeah.
You possess the heart of a sincere
Oh
hero,
my God.
along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk headlong into the night.
That's because to me, like lifting a torch above heaven is like guiding away, right? Like if you look at the way the Olympics does it, you know?
Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Yeah?
Huh? What thing? Don't scare
Oh, she's like
Paimon.
checking
Is
us out to see.
okay?
Oh, and I love that again. She would usually hide, but this is us. She's like checking it out.
Ah, shoo!
What was that?
That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of
What?
souls were still stuck to your body. No need to worry. I've just cleared
There
out
was
the last
still
of them.
there was still some souls. Oh my God, you're amazing.
Isn't that kind of like having part of a ghost come back with you?
The facial expression here.
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind, and generally worsen your mood.
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
That's fantastic, Citlali. You said that she can even do it. Thank you so much.
It was nothing. Xilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Ororon back, I'll take you to see the Lord
So
of the
sick.
Night.
I love the proposal.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribe?
So what happened here was that it's like Citlali touched her hand. We had that same type of like fissure that was happening in the screen that we've seen before. And she like pretty much like saw the value of us, I suppose. Maybe not the value, but like the way we've like passed through the world and our actions and what type of person they've made us. Because it does sound like she's saying like, you know, well, she explained it, like, but like I wonder if that's what exactly what it is, like that touch of the hand.
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not hail from our lands.
Okay.
The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night
Okay.
Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the Lord of the entire Night Kingdom and all.
Yeah. Like it sounds like already a powerful title.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more
Okay.
powerful than the other. But never mind. That's not important. It would take too much time to explain.
We're going with efficiency here.
Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. In other words, in a dream. But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list. Can any of you get everything for me?
Yes, anything. Anything for Citlali.
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local
Great
vendors.
stuff.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with Citlali to track down
Oh
Ororon.
my god, we're traveling with Citlali.
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation. If you need any help, Just come find me.
Imagine we were like, we know the Fatui. We're friends. We're really good friends with a reformed one, and we're really good friends with a really crazy one who we love so much, who's just a silly guy named Child. And we also like our half friends / acquaintances / business partners with like one of the most powerful ones. And they're like, you might have to leave Natla. You might have to go.
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
Love the kind of like
Alright,
plait in the hair
now
as well.
It's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back.
I love that she calls him a brat. Never beating the granny allegations.
I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Ororon's place to look for clues.
Perfectly fine. It's fine. Better late than never. And honestly, like, seeing you was great.
He has always lived alone, and I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids, which I assume is because their keeper has been gone for quite some time. And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house.
Oh no.
That did not match any of our local weapons. My guess is they were left by Snezhnayan arms.
So what we're seeing here as well is like her apologizing is her like is showing that like, yes, she's grumpy, yes, she's sensitive, yes, she can be a bit self-conscious, but she's also like knows when it's when she's done wrong. But not only that, but like we see here the care she has for Ororon is that she checked this whole place from top to bottom. Not only that, but she's so smart about like the what scratches can be left behind by different weapons. Like the nature of Ororon's room. It really feels like they're like once again showing off their characters in a very good showcase here.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him hostage.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. What would they want with him? That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent,
It's okay.
of course.
It's fine.
Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan, he must have done something to attract their attention.
Oh my god, that is like, that's gonna be like Irish granny, Even if they like just went through like the most like traumatic experience, it's like, oh my god, I'm so glad to have you back. But what were you thinking? Why were you doing out in the streets like that?
In any case,
obviously, if it's
we'll
nothing
get to the
too
bottom of
serious. I
this
mean, like
once
if
we
someone
manage
like
to get
hurts their
him
leg,
back here. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me, but please help me get
It's
him
no
back.
problem whatsoever. We want to meet Ororon.
You can count on us.
All right, then let's start by heading to where Ororon was seen last.
This is awesome. Yeah, I think the writing is so good. Like the way that they're writing is like, I think they're doing this perfect showcase of these characters. We're getting to know them very well. There's some scenes here that like really like get across a lot of information about Natlan in a very natural way. Like we talked about what that scene got across earlier. I feel like in that scene there, not only did we get across Citlali's character, as we said, someone who's sensitive but grumpy but knows what's right and cares quite a bit about Ororon. But they also like talked about the importance of like the Wayub and the leader of the Night Kingdom and the different ways that like the kind of hierarchy or lack thereof. And also we had this exchange here as well, so they got across like so much in one scene, and it's very naturally so as well. I want to make sure before I do anything, guys, by the way, I want to make sure that I got all the rewards for doing this. I did. I got all the rewards. There's 4 days. No, not that. It was. Maybe I didn't. No, here it is. I got all the rewards, and I did. Yeah. Which is nice. And we got all the rewards for this as well. That was my second ever event, guys. It was my second ever event. Okay, so let's head over to here. Okay. We actually haven't seen this place, so we actually might unlock this domain along the way. We were over here, but I think the best place would be to go from here to go across the broken bridge, right? Yeah. A little bit of traveling. We love traveling around Natlan. We really do. We love a little bit of a travel sequence around Natlan. This place is so beautiful. So stunning all the time. Yeah, I really do like, and obviously like I'm in like a very exhilarated mood right now. I'll be honest. Like I am having such a good time with this. There is such a good feeling, meeting new characters in Archon quests, and the way they've kind of like. Is it right to say that I feel like they've kind of like drip fed us characters even more. Like there's new, like it feels like every single chapter we're like at least getting to know someone better at least. But that happens in most Arkham quests as well. So fun. So fun.
Alright.
I'll take that chest. Actually, no, this is a chest. Oh, look, we're here now. I was gonna say I'll take that chest, but like, I don't really need to, because it looks like it's one of those chests that gives you, the stuff that I don't really, like, require. Which is stuff for the teapot. I wanted to do the teapot. Apparently you can only do a little bit every day. If I could just do it all at once, I'd be doing it all the time, man.
I will.
No, my sword.
I love this team so much. It's also the team that we used yesterday for part of the event. But it really didn't matter what team we used for the event because it was a lot of locking the traveler into place, I suppose.
Cute treasure coffin.
Oh, we also have like a wish here as well for this one. You might as well do one. Oh! Could you imagine? Could you imagine? That'd be crazy. Yeah. Yeah, so the reason I want to go up here is we can unlock the domain as we're going up here, which is good. And that gives us a fast travel point along the way too. This is like, traversal in Nalan is so freaking fun. What is this? Someone's painting and saying there's an arrow up here. I will, okay, I'll go up here for you. Soren's just so cute. Is that you? It is, okay. I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, I thought that was like my cat. If that was my cat in the distance, I was like, oh my god, my cat's done for. Because that's like, I've never heard like an animal make that sound. I was like genuinely worried for a second. I got a heart attack. Oh my god. I'm going up to get this one as well. Look at that.
You really are a one-trick pony.
So great. And look at this standing up here like freaking Natlan's Batman. I still haven't like, I know like I've been way behind with leveling up characters, but like I said last time, I wanted to take a little bit of a break, so it's been, I haven't even leveled up a character since that last video where I said I was leveling up Kinich, but I think I'm going to start again this week. Again, I just didn't want to get burnt out. I just did not want to get burnt out on leveling up characters, but I feel like we've gone to a point now in Natlan where we've also like unlocked a bunch of areas, so I think it'd be easier to level up some characters, like Mulani, Kinich, Citlali. I want to level up Citlali so bad. I wonder where Citlali's place lies. This is really cool. Where Citlali's stuff lies. Let's see. Citlali. So we go here. So the boss we have to fight is, we checked this before, right? It's over here. So we're like in a different area altogether. Yeah, so we can't level up Citlali just yet. But she's our gal. We love our Citlali. And it's just over there as well. Okay, let's once again make our way to downtown, walking fast. Okay, I feel like we've been here before, but they're usually Saurians here. Maybe they moved them for the story. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Well, it's nighttime now as well. We're just having a trip with Citlali.
Spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Ororon speaking to some Fatui soldiers here. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Ororon really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with a Fatui.
I can sense the love for Ororon and the care for Ororon, and like as always with any character, we're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, and we're gonna like work on getting them to the best place they could be if there is a path for that, right? If there is a path for that, we will do that, you know?
I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him, or perhaps trying to extract information. However, I doubt anyone would believe me, given there are no signs of a fight.
And it seems like this is frustrating her, right? This is really frustrating.
Didn't Kinich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like this.
Again, what we've learned from this is, yes, she's a big name in Natlan. Yes, she's kind of feared in some ways as well. She's, as you said, she's sensitive. There's nothing wrong with that. She can get embarrassed easily. There's nothing wrong with that. She seems to value other people's opinions in some cases, and also she's also, as you say here, frustrated and helpless. Just makes her more human to me. Could you tell us a little more about him?
Ororon? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant, and the people of the tribe took him in. You could say that everyone had a hand in raising him. He learned a lot from us, and once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids, living off of what he harvests from the garden.
He sounds like the cutest person who ever lived.
He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags of fresh produce to my place.
That is so sweet. That is so sweet. If that's all there is to him, then he really doesn't sound like a bad person.
Oh well, let's keep looking. He can answer all of our questions once we find him.
Lovely. Yes, let's find him.
He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements. Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
Can she see stuff that we can't?
Oh, right. I forgot your eyes don't naturally perceive such things.
Because we saw the way she was looking, she was in a different world almost.
Here, give me your hand.
Oh my god. I'm Paimon's little hand. Her eyelashes are so pretty as well.
Huh? How about now?
What do you see?
Has everything changed? Oh wow, I can see the trail now. So she can transfer that, a little bit of that power to us?
Whoa, Paimon can see it now too!
Oh, the little way she puts her hands over her eyes.
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you.
Sick.
For a short while, you'll be able to see the phlogiston too.
Wow, you can even share your senses with us? First time Paimon's heard anything like that.
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at.
Okay, they're showing how
Don't
powerful
worry,
she
it's
is.
a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seems the Traveler's senses are a bit stronger than Paimon's.
Not really, no, she's actually the guide. Oh no, her face.
When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston. You're extraordinarily gifted.
Wow. I mean, maybe that's why we were able to do the thing where we filled up the other thing, remember?
Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Ororon. Good luck, you two.
You know what this, again, I just love how I love how Genshin introduces characters and introduces, the idea of characters, right?
Citlali might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is
Yes.
really something.
Paimon, 110%.
What was that?
Oh, Paimon was just complimenting
Yes.
you. Really?
100%, I thought it was a compliment. The thing is about this, right, is that, what they, again, I know I'm going to be going on, I just love the way they're doing this, and I love the way they introduce characters. We just had, in that scene there, we had this idea that, how we were oh, is Citlali really powerful? She's, really helpless and stuff like this. And instantly they showed, okay, how about we have a very big story reason to show her how she's adept in this spell that not many other people can do, and it's a cinch for her. So we know in a very natural way how powerful she is. I'm adoring this quest so far. I'm adoring it.
What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go,
She's so inside of her head,
I'd
yep.
say
She's
that
very
I'm already
self-conscious.
pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me?
Oh, no. No, and the thing is as well is, this is so relatable in a way of, letting things run through your mind so easily, you know?
But is my way of speaking
Don't worry
still
about
not
it. Don't worry
trendy
about
enough?
it.
I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns.
She's matching her speech patterns.
Given the looks on their faces just now.
Don't worry. Don't worry about
Or
it.
perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough?
Your clothes are
That
amazing.
can't be, right? Ugh. Don't tell me they're still getting the impression that I'm super old-fashioned.
They're not even thinking about this right now.
Huh?
Wait, we could hear that? No way, we could hear it in her thoughts. I just think I heard a voice, but wait, it wasn't with my ears. Was it all in my mind?
Was that Citlali's
Oh my god,
voice?
maybe when she shared her senses, we could start hearing her thoughts. Oh no, and she's overthinking everything. Make her feel good. Be like, oh my god, your outfit's really nice. Your lashes are beautiful. Your hair is gorgeous. The paint on your face is amazing. Your shoes are great. It seems Paimon heard the same voice, but she also looked like she understood what was going on. Let me think. It must be a side effect of the spell she cast. Yeah.
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this
Oh
time.
my god.
Some things are best done with the help of friends.
Let her know right now. Let her know right now. So we can hear her thoughts through telepathy? Oh, that's amazing. Something like this could already happen with Citlali. Please let her know what's happening.
They appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like our work will go smoothly.
You bet. Just leave it to us. And she can't hear our thoughts? No, genuinely, like, I think they should let her know. I genuinely think they should let her know.
Hey, looks like
But I
there's
think
a
also,
new
like,
camp
it's
over
played
there.
up for a comedic moment, right? It definitely is.
Let's go take a look.
Right? I never want to, like,
Little brat,
Little brat?
Yep. Judging by Paimon's experience as a guide, it definitely looks like people set up camp here.
Wait. The phlogiston here is a bit odd. Let me see.
Yeah, she's just to cap on that. She was definitely overthinking a lot of stuff there as well because, you know, even though they think that, you know, she's one way, she's actually like a sorry, I thought I heard something. She's actually like a sweetheart to overthink stuff as well. And she actually wants to be around people as well. Maybe it's just quite difficult, like, in an introverted way maybe. Look at her. How are you not fashionable?
Paimon sees a small shape here. Could it be some sort of symbol?
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the
What?
Nightwind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So Ororon was indeed being threatened.
Wow.
We've got to find him. Fast. Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, he was probably under the Fatui's watch.
At all times, yeah.
If they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them.
Oh
to
my
the death.
god.
But what if my darling grandson is also
Grandson?
there? I can't have him caught in the crossfire. No, I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying. No, I've got to stay calm and keep my composure.
Yeah, there are a million and one things going through her head at once here. Should we let her know? Should we be like, hey, we can hear your thoughts? But maybe they're just worried about embarrassing her even more, right? But I do think that, yeah, she's talking about Ororon as her grandson. So maybe the granny thing is actually pretty normal. Maybe this is actually how you feel. Let's go up and get this waypoint, by the way. There's no point leaving it behind. Yeah, with Kashina, we could definitely travel probably like, even like with Citlali, we could travel bigger distances as well. If you wanted to, we could even like put Citlali on the team with where Layla is, I suppose, as well. It wouldn't be, because she still has a shield. But I think we're going to be getting trial Citlali soon as well, probably if it is, you know, at some point, because we have gotten trial characters we're hanging out with as well. So we'll see.
There are traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. I can also smell a mix of elements in the air.
She's so good at this.
Pyro, electro, and some other elements as well.
Auroran's Electro, right?
Kinich told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things than us.
We got a hum?
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me.
I love it. Like, cause what we got there was her being like, yeah, whatever. But then inside she's like, yes.
There are signs of a struggle here.
She loves a bit of praise. It's very clear.
Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways. Both the phlogiston and the elemental traces in the air support that.
Seems like Ororon found a chance to fight back.
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Ororon wanted to leave another distress signal, but was caught by the Fatui?
Citlali looks pretty worried. Yeah, she is. She's very nervous about that stuff, yeah. Especially with Ororon. Indeed, judging by the distress signals before, Ororon was being held by the Fatui, so given the differences in numbers, he probably wouldn't have to been able to overpower them, especially if it was Il Capitano.
Given there
right?
are 2 signals leading from here, we should split up as well.
You sure? I mean, she's so powerful she'll be fine, but
I'll take
I probably
this
feel more
direction
comfortable with her around.
and leave the other one to you. Let's meet up again later.
Okay. Don't leave us, Citlali. Don't leave us.
Ororon, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people into this as well. You little brat.
Little brat.
And off she goes. Traveler, did you hear all of that as well?
Yep.
Once Citlali left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response.
So telepathy doesn't go both ways?
So you were thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads.
I don't think Citlali noticed anything. I would have told her, personally, right? I'm not judging Paimon and Wander because they probably thought that, like, you know, it would be more embarrassing to tell her. Like, and, you know, I just be worried she starts saying something super personal. You know, I'm like, she's like, oh my god, I got this spot on my back. And you're like, okay, good.
She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Huh, maybe we're a special case and can hear her thoughts
Possibly.
as a side effect.
And by the way, it's not like if she said she had a spot on her back, it's not like I'm like, ooh, it's more just like, you know, most people don't want you hearing about their medical stuff, you know? So that's the only thing. I'm just like, yeah, like, I don't know. Again, I don't think they mean ill at all, by the way. I want to make that clear. Sometimes when I make like a moral choice for myself, you will have people sometimes be like, oh, I don't think to be like, it's not about them being bad or good. It's about what I would do in the situation.
If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a different picture from Paimon's first impression of her.
Because the Traveler and Paimon are two of the loveliest people, and I never ever hear anything against it. They're so lovely. The stuff they have done, the things they've done for people, I would never ever badmouth them, honestly. Even if they do, even if like there are situations where it's like, oh, like that's not what they would do. And I think in the past we have like been like, oh, Paimon's not like, that's not very Paimon, that's not very Traveler. Even that we have like I always have like a understanding for them, you know, because they've done so many good things and they are so many amazing people, and nobody can always like just be like the most perfect, pristine thing in the world. I'm not saying this is, again, it makes it sound like I'm saying this is a big moral question of like this thing. All I'm saying is like what I would do versus like maybe what they would do, you know? And it's not a big deal.
Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead.
At least it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. If it is a big deal to Citlali, then I would be very upset, of course. But yeah, like I said, I would never badmouth the Traveler and Paimon because they have done so much for people and they've been so caring to people and so caring to each other. They're the first people call on for help. Wait, is that a camp over there? The traces of phlogiston here, but
Did you find something?
I found traces of phlogiston, but the trail completely ends here.
Huh. So we can't tell where Ororon might have gone from here. That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. We can't make anything of these footprints either. But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right? We know he wasn't alone. He had all those Fatui with him.
Paimon's right. This is extremely strange also.
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth.
What? What? Wait. Who was that voice just now? Wait, is Paimon gone? We can hear the sounds of the wind beneath the earth? What has happened? Is this something to do with the night wind? What has happened? What? We're in the Night Kingdom. Someone brought us to the Night Kingdom. The Night Kingdom, how did I get here? That's Ororon. That's Ororon, right? That has to be Ororon. Look at the cape
I'm
coming
very
down.
sorry, but please do not move.
Okay.
I
No,
have
yeah.
no desire
Oh my God.
to hurt you.
All these new characters in one episode.
I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it senses danger
Yeah.
in their environment.
What a side profile. What is happening?
And given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world.
Wow.
However, you're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the masters of the Night Wind.
Nice voice. So, he brought us here to the Night Kingdom because he thought he would have a better advantage and be able to talk to maybe, like, I'm assuming he doesn't want to hurt us. I'm assuming he wants to talk to us in some way, but probably felt like, again, like he said, we were like animals that perk up our ears. We probably would be on the defensive a little bit.
Hello, traveler. I'm Ororon.
Oh my
The one
god.
you've been searching for.
What does this mean? Have you escaped Fatui custody? Look at this beautiful man. Look at him. Look at him right now.
Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui.
Oh my god.
I'm afraid you've been brought here by a lie, like a false omen in the lingering smoke.
Oh, so it was he wasn't coerced, and we got that vibe, I guess, in the second act at the end of it, like when whoever was talking to Il
My
Capitano.
friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way
What?
for us to set up a meeting.
Ororon, it's the captain.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Oh my god. Are you freaking serious? We set up a meeting with Il Capitano in the Night Kingdom?
Be careful with this traveler. His soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it
Jesus
appears to have become more
Christ.
fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration to hold on to him.
Oh my god, he's fragile. We're fragile. This is crazy. We were dragged away into the Night Kingdom to meet with Il
It was
Capitano. Oh my
I who
god.
tasked Ororon with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom.
So you are working together.
I've heard much about
Oh
you
my God,
from
he's
the
so
past
cool.
encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you in person.
I would have met with you already.
I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations
Look
to
at
you,
Ororon.
as well as why I mistrust Malwika.
Mistrust?
The Hieroarchon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan.
Look at the cool hair in the back. Look at these two cool characters. Like, oh my god, that's the sleeveless jacket on Ororon as well. This is all too much already. This is all too much already. So he's saying that we shouldn't blindly follow the Archon.
If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east
yes.
of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
No, like, again, here's the thing. I think this is actually not a bad idea. We've talked to Fatui members before. It's good to get their intel. It's good to get the information of what they feel and what their vibe is, instead of just being in the dark. But oh my god, I didn't expect this to happen like this. I genuinely thought we were going to meet Ororon, and like I knew he was probably going to be like a little bit of maybe a complicated character, but like I didn't think it was going to be like this. In the Night
You
Kingdom.
will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this conflict.
Oh, that's tough. That's so tough. We have a deal with her. We already have a deal with her. And now he's just putting us back into the real world. What a crazy first way to meet Ororon. Oh, we're sitting up against a rock. What the hell? Like, it's so sick, right? Like, legitimately so sick. But at the same time, like, so unexpected. And again, it's such like a very Fatui way to, like, not a Fatui way to do this, but like a Fatui member being like, hey, like, let's just meet up, let's talk about this, right? Let's have like a, let me tell you my motives, right? Because again, the Fatui are all very interesting characters, right? And they're not just like, I guess you said, black and white. There's no black and white aspect when it comes to the Fatui. So like I think I said this in a previous episode, right? I do want to hear him out. Like there's parts of me that like was like, okay, like what he's saying is like not totally like You know what I mean? It's like, even though like we're on the side, like we made a deal with Mavuika, like I'm not saying like I'm gonna betray that Pyro Archon. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I would have liked to have heard him out. That was such a cool scene. That was such a cool scene. Oh my god.
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
I'm fine, thank you, Paimon. Ororon looks great as well. Looks really, really cute. I'm fine. But now, again, my soul was forced to move from my body just now. That would explain why I couldn't hear Paimon at all. But we have to, like... But, like, we have to keep this a secret, and we already made a freaking deal with Citlali. We already made, like, a deal with Citlali, and we're doing this task with so many other people as well. I love how complicated this is, but it also makes me feel like there's something in my heart, right?
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground? Are you okay?
No.
Citlali! He froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground.
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere?
I'm just a little lightheaded.
Don't worry. We can take
And
a
she's actually
short
very
break.
caring.
Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were feeling unwell, I wouldn't have taken you on this trip with me.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. If they were being truthful, they must have a reasonable motivation for what they did, but should I trust them? Personally, it's not about should I trust them or not. Personally, what this is a feeling. It's not a trust feeling. It's a needing to get to find out where they stand. I could just share everything with Paimon and Citlali right now. We can't even share with Paimon. That would be giving up on the lead. I still have much dealings with either Fatui or the Masters of Nightwind. I suppose I'll stay quiet for now and see what I can find. You know what? It makes sense. Yes, we have this deal, but also at the same time, this is such a huge lead. Even if they trick us or they lie to us, I think we're smart enough to get like at least an idea of their character. Right? Oh, poor Paimon. We have to lie to Paimon.
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so. Citlali should be able to, exorcise any ghosts or weird stuff that you picked up in the Night Kingdom.
Yeah, and I feel this hurts me more than anything lying to Paimon.
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need anything from me,
Sorry for hitting the mic.
Say the word.
Thanks, everyone. I'm feeling fine now, but oh my god.
In any case, let's take a bit more time to rest now.
Driving the knife in, by the way. Driving the knife in. Having Citlali be so kind to us as well.
Need to be more careful next time.
Thank you, Citlali.
Feeling better yet, Traveler?
Yeah, I do. No, I feel horrible.
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Ororon is probably being held inside.
Okay. At least we'll.
So it's close by.
You know what?
Let's head over right away.
At least we'll. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was holding you up.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind and the clouds. We either move as one or not at all.
Oh my god, she's so great. She's so great.
But if you want to make it up to me, then just be sure to
I love how
fight
she
extra
flexes the
hard
muscle,
when the time
right?
comes.
She does the flexing thing. That's awesome. Yeah, I understand why we have to lie to Paimon. I understand why we have to lie to Citlali right now. Now, we might tell Paimon a little bit later, right? I understand, right? That doesn't mean it doesn't feel good. It's intentionally not supposed to make you feel good, right? I think, like, the idea that, like, you know, it's supposed to be just like, oh, like, yeah, you just do a little lie and, like, it's for the greater good or whatever, which I do believe that in this sense it is for the greater good, right? Like, I do agree with that. I think it is for the greater good of, look at these things. Can we look at this over here for a second? I do believe that it is for the greater good, right? Because in the end, we will find out more about Il Capitano than we ever thought we would by going to talk to him. Just as if we talked to the knave. Just as if we talked to Tartagula. Actually, it took us a while with Tartagula, but you know what I mean. Look at this. They're playing an instrument. I don't want to interrupt them at all. Very cool stuff. It is a chance like no other to get to learn directly from the Fatui what their plan is. Obviously, I would turn it down if it was a conversation with like Dotori. You know what I mean? That would be a big turning down moment as well. Sorry to the people who love Dotori. You're allowed to love Dotori. You're allowed to love a bad guy. 100%. I'm not shaming you. You do whatever you want. This ain't a shaming channel. Hello, Baby Gang says, welcome back to Shaming Channel. But it's supposed to make you feel like a little bit bad, right? It's supposed to not feel great.
Look over there.
Look at our little crew.
Huh? Paimon thinks she sees someone in the middle
That's
of the
Ororon
camp.
right there in the tent.
That's Ororon. So he really was taken by the Fatui.
So that's Ororon. He does look the same as when I spoke to him in the Night Kingdom earlier.
All right, we'll take the lead.
And we have to keep the secret. I actually like the rip pants quite a bit. I don't know. I'm kind of into it.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
You don't get... This is the hierarchy of handsome. Look at this beautiful long hair, this beautiful man. Look at his arms ripping out. He looks like a trash metal king over here. You don't get to talk to him unless you show your face. Come on. This is Natlan's next top model. Take off the mask.
I cannot see the sun.
I cannot see the sun.
What?
Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you to move
And he uses
aside.
words like beseech.
Huh? Okay, Mr. Philosopher. That's enough mumbo-jumbo.
Wow. I'm going to rip that guy's head right off.
Oh, she's so protective.
Citlali's struggling to control her temper now.
Honestly. Let her get a bit
Are you
angry.
ready? Let's go kick their butts.
Yeah.
On my count. 3, 2, 1.
Let her get angry.
Still
We get a trial
trying
cut?
to
We don't get a trial.
resist?
Okay.
You've got no idea who you're up
She's
against.
so frustrated, right? We gotta get rid of this guy as soon as possible.
Dog's over.
It's actually like a very good team, right? Like, I actually like this team quite a bit. How are you? What was that about Mumbo Jumbo? We should let Citlali come out here and fight them. Ororon just sitting there. He's a very interesting character, isn't he?
Witness the power of good. Not now.
I love getting the freeze as well. More guys. Okay.
The night is cold.
Hey. Hey. Remember these guys? I remember when I played this game for the first time. Remember when we started this game? I remember these guys. What happened there? Did he pull us back in? Did you see in the 5-star animation? We were being pulled back in. I've never seen that before. I guess I get you first then. I've never seen that before. Like in the 5-star animation, being pulled into like a different animation. That's cool.
The night is cold.
Let me weave you a verse.
Oh my god, we did the ability right at this moment too. Very fun. Very fun.
Ororon!
Granny.
Granny?
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eatsley, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
His tone there was like very like...
Granny.
Very frail, right? When we saw him just a minute ago, he was very like...
And greetings to you too, Gramps.
Gramps? I'm Gramps. How you doing?
What did you just call her?
I am 500 years old. Hello.
Gramps? Is that not right? You're Granny's friend, are you not? You seem to be approximately the same age as her, so I figured you've got to be Gramps.
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone Gramps or Granny.
He's like this is not what I expected from Ororon after the conversation we had.
He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorn.
She said he was in his
vine.
20s.
Given how hard those thorns are to remove, I may just need to find a pair of tweezers.
What a freaking... Okay, he's been a bit of a joker as well. What a face card.
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Paimon was like, why are you so sensitive, buddy?
Of course I'm not a child. It's just Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due.
Okay, that's sweet.
And since the Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see everyone above a certain age as an elder I should look up to.
Okay, okay. The way he talks definitely changed. It does change. Yeah, didn't it change completely? It doesn't change. It doesn't feel like he's putting on an act. He asked me to do whatever I could to keep things a secret, and to be for Citlali's sake. So wait, it doesn't seem like he's putting on an act. So I wonder if there's like, he's different in the Night Kingdom. So you treat everyone like they're your uncles and aunties.
Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding?
You're getting a scolding?
Ororon? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid? Heed the 3 warnings.
This music is awesome, by the way.
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their
my
next
God.
victim, and strange people who appear out of nowhere.
See, here's the thing, right? It's like, again, this is what I said. It's like such like it's very like Irish granny coded, where it's like he got coerced and he didn't get coerced. We know he didn't get coerced, but like he went through this trouble, he got hurt, and the way that she's expressing this care, and it is a care, right? And she's maybe expressing it not in the best way possible, is to be like a scolding, right? It's because she's so terrified, she was so scared that he was in trouble, that now she's like just it's like this release of emotions, and it's like, oh my God, you're safe. But what the hell? I was so worried, you know?
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or later. But getting kidnapped? That really takes the
And
cake.
factually so, here's the thing, right? I think it is like this thing where it's like, yeah, like, getting kidnapped is a serious thing, right? But the thing is also, their relationship seems so different than any other relationship I've ever seen in any part of Genshin or even the world. Like, I don't think I can ever judge Citlali and Ororon standards right now. Just judging by the way they've talked about each other. It's up, they're in a parallel universe.
You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching another search and rescue operation to find out where they put your severed head.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next time.
So he's definitely being sincere is what we're getting with the tone of this as well, I guess. Yeah. And obviously, like, you know, I wonder if, like, if there is, like, 2 versions of him, like, and that's what we're thinking, he's different in the Night Kingdom or something like that. What if, like, in this version, he did get coerced, but the Night Kingdom version of himself didn't? I don't know, like, just because he was so different in the Night Kingdom. And he's acting like he doesn't even know us, and it seems like he's being sincere.
Next time?
Next time.
Oh, good one. You think there'll be a next time after this? Not a chance.
She's going to be having a watchful eye over this as well. Oh, poor Ororon. Give him a break. Come on, Citlali, give him a break. Look at the face.
They didn't hurt you, did they?
And then after the scolding comes the, okay, calm down. Are you okay? Right? It just, I don't know. It just seems so, yeah.
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line distribution.
Okay. Now answer me honestly.
This is so interesting.
Were you the one who
is it
helped
like,
the captain escape after his battle with the Pyro Archon?
because is he being sincere with all this stuff?
Yes.
So why did you do it?
Because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their bidding.
This is such a incredible scene just because, like, I'm like, my hand is like frozen. I'm like nearly frozen myself, like waiting to hear like all the lines of the scene now.
Hey, I'm no ordinary Granny. Would they really dare to come after me? And you? Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Did you really believe everything they said at face value and not stop to think? Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind and didn't slap your name on a wanted poster. Don't think for a second that she doesn't know what's happening.
Right, she has an idea.
Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still no need to preemptively panic.
So she's saying even
Have
though
you forgotten the words that I've taught you?
So it's like even though I could have been hurt, that didn't happen, right? That might have not have happened.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Citlali, please give him a hug. Give him a hug, Citlali, please. He was kidnapped. Give him a hug. Give him a hug.
Ugh, forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as evidence of your innocence. Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Ororon, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect on your actions. Also, once we return to the city, come to the speaker's chamber with me. I'll need you to explain everything.
Okay.
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown vegetables as well?
Can I give him a hug?
Your vegetables?
Am I allowed to give him a hug?
Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the Pyro Archon won't be too picky about the selection.
I adore him.
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. If you do come face to face with the Pyro Archon, the first thing you should do is...
Recite the 3 warnings.
Huh? No! You should emphasize that you were not in cahoots with the Fatui.
Do you think he's playing this up a bit? I don't know.
How exactly did the masters raise this guy?
Well, honestly though, like I think Paimon, from my perspective, if he's, again, we said he's being sincere in this thing, and I'm wondering if it is as if he's different in the Night Kingdom or if he's different in, I don't know, it's really weird to me. But like, let's say like what he said is true, that he didn't want Citlali to get coerced or to get coerced into doing this, right? He came from a place of like kindness. I think it's 100% like a normal reaction to, like, you know, to be so frustrated. We have seen throughout this whole chapter, Citlali is not only scared for him, but is terrified, and that fear for him, you know, I think that the point I'm trying to make is that, like, we've seen Citlali be so sad and so upset to the point that she will make a deal with people to try and get Ororon back. She's been thinking about him all the time. She's talking about how good he is, how good of a kid he is, how he would never do anything wrong, which again is very Irish granny coded. And then eventually, like, he when she finds him, that manifests as this frustration. She's clearly a person that we saw before that's not able to really, like, express her emotions very well. She gets very self-conscious, gets very frustrated as well. But what it is clearly her frustrations, her sadness, and her need to see Ororon back manifested as an anger and a frustration of, like, why didn't you do what you were told, right? Because she was so scared about that.
Oh, right.
And I know I tend to, like, you know, analyze everything, even though this is probably, you know, it should be just taken maybe as, like, a cute scene where, like, clearly, like, in my mind, like, she was horrified at the idea of losing Ororon altogether. Like, that's what I got from this, is the idea that, like, she thought she was gonna lose him. We saw how worried she was, we saw what she cared, but I really also feel like, even though it is a cute scene, and as I said, very granny coded, very, like, Irish granny coded, it does feel as though, like, the scene is also showing that, like, you know, her emotions were, like, her care is being manifested as usual as kind of like an argument. You saw earlier that, you know, her first instinct was her first thing she did was, like, be like, oh, what did you say about me? And I really feel like that's just a big part of Citlali. But it's very clear that she cares about Ororon, especially since, like, this is such a serious matter. This is a Fatui member. You know what I mean? This is, like, a scary thing for anyone who has cared for someone else. It's terrifying. In my book, and that's probably why she's, like, you know, so worried, honestly. And I think the relationship, like I said, the relationship cannot be judged like any other relationship, but I also think that, like, it is just, like, a cute little thing that they have between the two of them, to be honest. Like, I love the granny, I love the Gramps. I think it's really adorable as well. But what I would say is, like, my take on all this is that an amazing scene with the Il Capitano. I loved that they're giving us a chance to talk to him and probably Ororon as well, to learn about the plan and to, like, because we already said we wanted to learn about the plan. We got to learn about Xilonen and how not only dedicated she is, but, like, how, like, much of, like, I guess, like, what the word you could describe it as, like, someone who, like, is very dedicated, a very dedicated person, someone who's really good at the craft. Also someone who, like, is friends with the Archon. They did a really good job of expressing that. Kachina, they're showing Kachina trying to get involved even more than she was before. And they're also doing a fantastic job with that. I also think that they are, they did a really good job with showing Citlali as a character who, like, is very, like, clearly very, like, unable to handle her emotions, very sensitive, probably very self-conscious. And we also got to meet Ororon as well, which is really cool. I think we'll go to, because I think, like, this is, I think I want to end, like, maybe, like, because we're going to be doing that meeting with the Il Capitano. I think it'd probably be a good way to start the next episode. So we'll see if, like, yeah. we account everything that happened to Ororon, which is a lot. Again, it's a lot. I'm glad to see he's okay.
See. So Ororon came to the captain's rescue because he promised to help him in exchange for Citlali's safety.
That's right. I'm sorry.
I just want to give him a hug. So pretty, so sweet.
Now that you
Great
know
ripped jeans.
Ororon was only trying to protect another member of his tribe, could I ask you to petition the Pyro Archon for
Like,
her
look what she's doing. Like, she
forgiveness?
cares so much about this lad that she is like sticking her neck out.
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a
Yeah,
decision.
she's fully sticking her neck out as well for because it is a scary situation getting involved with like a Fatui member. It is. It's terrifying.
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Citlali is willing to serve as your guarantor, then we can release you from custody.
Sure. I'd be happy to do that. I don't have any more time to waste here. I still have other things to do.
Understood. Thank you very much. Mr. Ororon, please report back to the Speaker's chamber as soon as you've received notice of the Archon's decision.
Okay.
I understand. Thank you.
Because we need to
And
like.
thank you too, Granny.
I'll probably add this scenario as well. We need to also realize that like this is a very serious situation, right? Like, no matter even if you were coerced, I guess I know that's like even if you're coerced, that's a bad thing, right? But I'm saying like, no matter what, this is probably the most terrifying thing for everybody. Auroran's been involved with a Fatui member. What are people thinking? What is happening? How are people going to think about? What does the Archon think about this? You know?
Well, at least you won't need to hide your face
Yeah.
anymore.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your help. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about my side of the deal.
I'm just glad Ororon is safe. We're going to get to meet the Il Capitano, and we got to meet you, Citlali.
Once Ororon is settled, I'll go talk to Xilonen and get started on forging an ancient name for you.
Oh, thank you.
I'll be counting on you.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. You can just go twiddle your thumbs or something while you wait for the good news. Bye for now. Come with me, Ororon. We've got to find you a place to stay for the night.
She genuinely cares about Ororon.
Goodbye, Gramps.
Goodbye, Gramps. This new grandson of mine is way too polite. Oh, yeah, she cares. She like is sticking her neck out for him. She's doing all this stuff, and it's because she genuinely cares. That look on his face, he's probably trying to remind me about my promise. He doesn't strike me as a liar. Had I not seen anything for myself, I'd never have guessed that he could have done so much work behind Citlali's back. What does he really want?
We're finally done. All right, it's time to find some grub.
There's something I need to tell you. Oh, we tell Paimon now. Yes.
Huh? What
Makes
is
sense.
it, Traveler?
You pull Paimon aside and tell her everything you saw earlier when you collapsed.
What? That happened?
Yeah, keep your voice down.
Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming.
I know.
So you really saw him in the Night Kingdom? And he didn't attack
He did not.
you? Oh, that Ororon. What is he up to? He sounded earnest enough just now. Paimon would have never guessed anything was happening. All that stuff about protecting Citlali and being forced to help the Fatui when he's actually been a willing accomplice all
Yeah, no,
along.
there's something very sincere about him right now. I'm not completely sure what's happening. We still need more information.
Yeah, you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your choice no matter what, so if you want to go, we can go together.
Thank you, Paimon.
We still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet with them when the time comes.
There we go. So, actually, I made the right choice to come here again. Yeah, no, I really feel like that's like, the relationship is like, it's very interesting. We don't know the full extent. We don't know the full story yet, so I can't even like judge based on like anything that's happened. Because again, we don't know what fully has happened yet. It is a serious situation though, like being involved with a Fatui member, regardless if the Fatui member is good or bad. And you could say then like, you know, well, oh, Calvin, you're involved with Fatui members 100%, and it's been taken seriously before. it's been taken seriously in the past. Like, you know, like, oh, like, you know this Fatui member, you know this guy. It's always taken seriously when the Fatui show up anywhere. We saw that with Rio as well, with Linny and Lynette. It can be seen as a very serious matter. So yeah, and then we don't know what's in people's minds. We don't know all this stuff as well, like it. So like, I really don't know how this is going to happen here as well, or maybe he did, like maybe they did say they were going to do something with Citlali. Maybe they didn't. We have no idea. Yeah. As always, guys, like when I have conversations, we try to examine everything. You know, some things we're off base on, and some things we get things right. You know, but I love doing that with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. I love like talk about every single line of dialogue. But for now, I want to say thank you to the Never Can Pay the Baby Gangsters here on Patreon. That being, and if you came to the end of the video to hear the ending thoughts, I talked about all the ending thoughts just like a few moments ago. But I actually think this is so great that we're getting to meet up with the captain. That's my biggest takeaway about this. Not only have we got to learn more about all these characters, but we got to like have a concrete meeting with the captain again, and we're gonna get to talk to them face to face, which is always interesting. Tyfer 2, JB Bull, Janet Banana, The Ghost of Zuma, Felicious Felix, Yuled, Radish, Anusta, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, Assassin, Colorbow, True Peanut Butter, Alpaca Juice, Peter Shelson, Heck, and Leanne. And I'll see you all so soon. Bye bye.